Well, joining us now to lend her expertise to this case is criminal profiler Pat Brown. You are an expert in these kinds of cases. Thank you so much for joining us. People describe him as a classic narcissist and a psychopath.
Absolutely. Who does this kind of thing but a psychopath? And I just want to have to say, because I heard the thing about Charlie Sheen, and I just want to throw up. Just because a psychopath thinks you're really awesome, you should only respond to be, well, you're really not. That he would reach out to a psychopath and give him that notoriety to say, let's hook up, it appalls me.
When you take a look at what this manifesto, the way it reads, the way it's presented, what strikes you as being the biggest concern at this point?
Well, it is a typical manifesto, by the way. It's nothing special about it. He goes on and on with his grievances, which is normal for a psychopath. It's a blame game. It's justifying whatever I'm going to do. It doesn't matter if he worked for the police, or he worked for the education system, or he worked for a post office, or he worked for... Doesn't matter. He would blame whomever he worked for what he's going to do. The only thing I think is real important that people need to pay attention to is he doesn't really care who his targets are. He has targets, but quite frankly, he'll take anybody out if, it can't get to his targets. He could always say, you stopped me from letting me get to my target, so I should take out other innocent people.
Some would describe that as someone who's like a wound collector. He's blaming everybody for all the problems in anything that's major or slight, in his life.
In his own mind, because since he's such a massive narcissist, he's the only one that matters. So any serial killer, any spree killer, mass murderer, they're all exactly the same. Sometimes people say, aren't you fascinated by these guys? And I'm like, actually, no. They're all pretty much alike. They're extremely boring, actually. The fact is they just hate society, and they hate the fact that they become losers in society, and they want to win, and the only way they can think of winning is to do something horrific to everybody else.
Now, in a situation like this, what do you think sustains him, knowing that there's a lot of publicity out, and there are a lot of people looking for him? People have described him as someone who knows survival tactics, and he's well-trained and armed, but in that situation, he is on the run, and what's going to happen once he's eventually caught?
Well, the question will be, will he give up because at that point in time he decides he can have more fun in the courtroom, and then he can get married in prison, and he can have people say free him? That could happen. Or he could say, I don't want to be in a prison system. I've had my day in the sun, and I'll let him kill me. Or I'll go into a gun battle and see how many I can take down while I'm doing it. We can't actually judge what a psychopath will do in the last seconds, but we do know that as long as he's out there, he's an extreme danger to the community.
What does your gut tell you? You're an expert at these kind of cases. How do you see this playing out?
I tend to think he will go out in a gunfight, but I've been surprised where you see them already with all the guns, and then they just go, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Because they change their minds quickly. And he might decide that he can have more publicity if he stays in the limelight, because he's seen that with other serial killers, mass murderers, spree killers, that they get continuing publicity, and then we're all going to dig into his past as if it makes any difference what his family life was like. And he's going to get groups on the internet that are going to have websites set up for him.
Sure.
And women will write him in prison and say, I think you're so cute, I think you were so wrong. I've already seen people saying that he had good reasons to feel this way, and I'm like, really? As if you can judge the LAPD, and as if it even matters, because we all have had things happen in our lives. We've all been backstabbed. We've all been run over by somebody. We've all had our names ruined at times. We don't go out and kill innocent people because we got a bad deal.
Exactly. It's an incredible story. Thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate your insights.
Thanks, Emma.